Namaste, everybody. Welcome to all. Hope you're all doing wonderful. Today we are going to have. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining, all of you. As a part of Uni5 Eco-Friendly Products course, we are conducting today a special session on chemical toxicity in today's world by a very important person in my life, Dr.Pradheep Challiyyil, who saved me from undergoing surgery from anal abscess, take so many medicines and steroids from ulcerative colitis and Crohn's condition, and just recover from using very simple Panchabhuta methods. Let me give you all a brief introduction about Dr. Pradheep. He is a scientist, educator, and author of several books. Currently, Dr. Pradheep is a biotechnology consultant for solving challenges in molecular biology applications. He has 30 plus years of scientific experience, where he worked as a senior scientist on developing molecular biology technology to help the food industry test for food fraud, adulteration, contamination, etc. He is the founder of the non-profit organization Uni5 Shakti Foundation, with which I am also associated from the past 12 years. Here, our mission is to provide right awareness to people in all walks of their life and help them to lead a happy life. He also started Uni5 Shakti schools in India, where Uni5 pattern-based education is being taught. Dr. Pradheep gives awareness talks across the globe on all aspects of life, from health, relationships, parenting, education, spirituality, sexuality, and community responsibility, and gives advice through unified Telegram groups on about topics. So a little bit about educational background. His PhD in cancer biology, postdoc fellow from Roswell Park Cancer Institute, Buffalo, New York. He has attended various international conferences, received patents for his work, and published scientific papers. Now he has started a new food and molecular biology testing company called Amma Genomics in India, Chennai, where he practically tests various daily use products, food products like milk, honey, oils, etc. So he exactly knows the real scenario of the chemicals being used in the market. And its sister concern, Urj Company, gives authentic certification of these tested products. So in this world, every chemical that we are exposed to is foreign to our body and is known to be the main cause of causing cancer and other autoimmune diseases. We have been hearing this a lot nowadays. So let us hear from the gold medalist in cancer biology about how exactly these chemicals affects us and how we can protect ourselves and our environment we live in from these chemicals. Over to you, Dr. Pradheep.
Namaste to all of you. It is a pleasure to connect with all of you. And thanks, Neelima ji, for giving me a platform to talk here with a nice introduction.
Thank you. Thank you so
much. I hope everybody can see the shared screen. Okay, the next slide.
We can see.
Yeah. So when we wake up in the morning, if you look at the left-hand side of the screen, we start with brushing our teeth. Fortunately or unfortunately, it is loaded with good chemicals that clean the teeth, but unfortunately, there are many chemicals that are added that are harmful to the body. So the first we put into our body in the morning, which is absorbed very well, all Ayurvedic Siddha, homeopathic medicines, they say take in the empty stomach. Because whatever we take in the empty stomach, it is completely absorbed by the system. So when a child or an adult starts with brushing with these paste containing harmful chemicals, they are absorbed in a very good manner. Second is immediately we have the habit of drinking tea or coffee with milk, and children with either milk as such, or they will be adding some flavoring agents. But very sad to see that adulteration in milk is increasing due to various reasons, and there are several news which you would have seen in WhatsApp and in media that the milk is adulterated with various chemicals. First time I was shocked to know about the bad effects of the milk is when I was working in a biotech testing company in US in the year 2000. So there I worked almost like 18, 19 years. And after I joined, I was given a product to test. And it was red in color. I was thinking it was some beetroot powder, but it said blood meal. And I found shockingly that it is the dried blood of cattle, cows. At the time, I Googled and I found that every day in US, almost 200,000 cows are killed for beef. So the slaughtered animal, let's say we have 5 liters of blood, just for easy calculation, let's say cow is 10 liters of milk. So 200,000 cows into 10 is 2 million liters of blood every single day in the year 2000. It'll be much more higher now. So imagine every day 2 million liters of blood. Where are they going to pour? They cannot dump it in the ocean. They cannot make it and fill in the land. So what they do is they dry it, powder it, and mix with or soy and given for the cattle. And it is when I got off that the cow is eating its own blood, and naturally it will be very, very unhealthy. And that is one of, before it reaches a year or two, they will immediately butcher it because they will see strange diseases. So from that point is when in the year 2000, even before year 2000, I was starting to drink organic milk. I think 97 I was there, 98 I started looking for organic products, and only thing available was organic milk, and I started. But then this gave me a real boost. And later on, working in the food industry in biotechnology, I had the chance to see so many chemicals are entering into the food stream. And so, as I said, starting from our tea and coffee, there are several chemicals, and this is the updated one which shows that almost everybody of us are exposed to more than 1,000 chemicals a day. It is very, very shocking, and it is an exhaustive list. But if anybody is interested, I can give the link for you to see all the 1,000. I just showed you 11. So as you see that the toxins right from the toothpaste to all the cosmetic food products, all these are increasing day by day. So after breakfast, then you get ready with your clothes, and if you are using dry clean products, there is this perchloroethylene. And so if you sit on a couch, retardants, if you are eating food, they are loaded with pesticides, insecticides, chemicals. So it is an exhaustive list. I'm not here to horrify you, but this is the reality. One second. So children are the one who are really being exposed to very, very dangerous chemicals because they love colors, they love fragrance, they love all the 5 sensory, crunchy, or the taste, all that. So to bring these desired effects, our foods are loaded with so many different types of not only preservatives, enhancers, stabilizers, emulsifiers, so many chemicals, and that is one of the reasons why children's brain is really affected, and there are behavioral problems with these chemicals as well. So these are some of the list: enhancers, fat replacers, thickeners, binders, texturizers, pH controllers, leavening agents, anti-cakers, humectants. So the list is an exhaustive one. Next is cosmetics. Most of the women don't like to see the slide, and now men also don't like to see the slide because whatever they are using, they are made from petroleum products. All the waste petroleum, which before the tar is being used. Many of you who have attended my talks might feel a little bored to see the same slide where I've shown that from the crude oil, the best oil goes for the flights, the next goes for the car, then the next goes for the bus and the lorries, then the diesel, then even the from there, the lowest is kerosene oil. Then even the lowest grade is where it is taken for oils, waxes, polishes, cosmetics, and all that. Then what is left behind is the tar. But one thing before the tar is mineral oil that is mixed in cooking oils. So we have seen, all of you, that when you go to gas station, when you are there is a warning: gasoline, health and safety. Don't get exposed because the vapors can cause cancer. Now you have to understand these chemicals you can avoid when filling gas in the car, but you are being exposed throughout the day in various forms. Your body is so right from the food, as I mentioned, the cooking oils, they are not only adulterated with these adulterants like mineral oil, which are cheaper. They have no smell, they have no color, so they can easily be used in oil and added, and they can be added with some flavor. I was shocked many years back. I did not believe all this. So I went to Amazon. There was a popular oil, coconut oil, and in the TV ads, they showed that it is the purest coconut oil with real coconut smell. And I went and checked in the Amazon website, and in a tiny, tiny letter, which nobody would notice, it is written mineral oil is one of the ingredient in that coconut oil. So not only they adulterate with the cheap, like the blood story of the slaughterhouse of the cows, you have to understand millions and millions of gallons of crude oil we are sucking out of the from the earth. They take it for these petroleum products, but the leftover of mineral oil, where are they going to dump? They cannot put back into earth. They cannot put into the ocean. The only way is human food. So that is where they end up. And not only that, the oils are extracted with many solvents for maximum profit by the companies. So usually this topic, which I've been given for half an hour to talk and rest question answers, this is a very, very broad and elaborative talk, which will take many, many hours to show all these chemicals. So I'm not going into the list of the chemical names. Rather, I would spend my time what is happening to us. So you had been familiar with oxidative stress, meaning when we eat food for glucose, the oxygen is required to extract the energy out of that glucose. But that oxygen also causes damage So even doing nothing, our bodies are damaged by the oxygen we breathe in. And that is oxidative stress. And wherever the damage is more, those organs are affected. We name it by the disease. For example, if it is lung, we call it as asthma. If it is in brain, call trauma, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease. If it is in liver, we say liver failure. If it is in heart, and we call it as cardio diseases, so forth. But is there a way to protect? Yes, nature has a way to protect our body, because plants that produce the glucose, and glucose is very toxic for plants even. So they immediately converted it into starch and other products like oils, but they add polyphenols to these stored foods so that the plant is protected from the damage from these, the very same glucose they produce. But they also produce these polyphenols to protect themselves from the invading microorganisms like virus, bacteria, other pathogens. So when we take the plants, we take with the polyphenols, our body is also protected. So where are we getting this oxidative stress? Is it only from food? So anybody who eats organic food, natural food, he may be living in a cave, in a forest, or even hundreds of years back where there were no chemicals. Still, the oxidative damage is inevitable. We age because of these damage, but olden days they were able to delay aging. They were able to protect from many damaging diseases by eating polyphenol rich food. But past 70 to 100 years, we have been polishing the foods and we are eating. That is why diabetes that used to come in old age around 80 or 90 now comes with even newborn babies, and even for school children, we see the cases are increasing. So we not only get oxidative damage from the oxygen that we are breathing, but radiation from outside. Now, mobile phone, all these causes radiative damage, and also from sun that we use, and poor diet, as I mentioned, a diet which are poor in polyphenols. All this also causes infection also. Now we are in COVID period. You might be familiar that COVID also causes inflammation response in our body and cause huge damage. So this is a horrifying graph showing from 1992 to 2014 how much amount of increasing pesticides, insecticides we are spraying on the very same food that we are eating. So you can see from the graph, it's a huge rise in these foods, especially corn and soybean. You will think, okay, it will be good hereafter not eat any corn, but you have to understand all that you are eating in the as bakery products, as processed, they all contain the corn products like starch and other things. So we also are exposed to several heavy metals. Not only our cosmetics, we paint our houses to look very beautiful. All these paints contain many heavy metals and other chemicals. Some of them have been banned, for example, lead, and those things are banned. But other chemicals that enter through paints, through our walls, all the paints that we use as varnish on the woods and furniture, all these enter through the plants and cause several diseases, which is shown in the slide, especially if you take a glance at the right side. Now, I'm going to completely jump into the body, what happens when these chemicals are entering into our body, especially when we eat food that are sprayed with toxic compounds. We have to understand our body is made up of 30 trillion human cells, but there are more than 600 to 800 trillion microbes that are living in our body. So we are actually, by number of cells, we are not a human body. We are a microbial body. Like what we see outside for our ecosystem, the same ecosystem exists in our gut. So you will see that there are good bacteria and there are bad bacteria. Bifidobacteria, lactobacillus, these are all very good bacteria that will help our body to be healthy. But there are bacteria that are Campylobacteria, Enterococcus, Clostridium. These are harmful to our body. What is harmful? Because they are taking that energy that is required to maintain our health. Now, when we eat food, what is happening is we are thinking, okay, it is only junk food. We can avoid the damage. But these junk foods or foods that are toxic or all the cosmetic things that you are in everyday life, they are coming and disturbing these bacteria population. So what happens is instead of allowing good bacteria to be more in the gut, we are selectively allowing bacteria that are harmful to the body. So when we eat fiberless food, so when we eat fiber, we are thinking it is only to prevent constipation. No, these fibers are actually the feed for good bacteria. Fiber foods are good feed for the bad bacteria. So we're only looking from one angle most of the time, and we think that okay, fiber good, but once in a while only I need to eat, or I take a pill that is rich in fiber. But we don't understand bacteria are not relying on these pills. The vitamin tablets and supplements that we are taking, that is not what is wanted by the bacteria. We may be thinking that is good for our body in a certain level. In one level it is good, but it is actually disturbing the gut microbiome. So several research studies shows that these supplements are actually causing more damage. So they also alter our immune system. So when the bacteria changes, it completely modifies, alters our immune system, because the immune system is actually starting from our gut, because that is how after birth we have been programmed to do it. So if you look at Ayurveda and Siddha, they start the treatment immediately by cleansing the gut, because they know that in those hundreds and thousands of years back itself, the gut bacteria can change with altering our food habits, lifestyle. So the astral cleansing, and then only the Siddha and Ayurvedic medicines are now nobody said. So even without altering our gut bacteria, even we take any medication, it will not give full benefit and it will not be cured. On top of all these chemicals, they're continuously altering our gut bacteria to a very significant effect. It is very difficult to then reprogram to the original level. So these are all ways to now, this is the traditional way, by eating fermented rice and fermented milk products, because I showed you lactobacillus are good bacteria. They grow on milk. From our mother's milk they started. And whenever we want to set our gut, we should be taking fermented milk, and that too A2 milk, and that too milk that is not have any chemical or other adulterants, and it should not be mixed with other animals' milk. I have tested in Chennai in our company just for my family's health. I wanted to know whether this organic milk and A2 milk are really A2 milk, and I was shocked that most of them are having a mixture of cow's milk with buffalo milk. So these will be harmful because two proteins at the same time will cause a confusion in these gut microbes. So the olden days, after castor cleansing, they supplement with the fermented rice and milk, and every day people will be drinking buttermilk, which is free from fat, which is having a high uh, population of Lactobacillus bacteria. Now, when all these are not done properly, it completely inflames our body. We start to put on weight. We start to have anxiety. We have depression. Then there is autoimmune diseases. People body, the immune system, which is supposed to protect us, will start to attack pancreas. Then the pancreas will not produce insulin. Then we get diabetes. Now it will attack the thyroid. Then the thyroid will not be producing thyroid hormone. It will attack the liver. It will attack the kidney. So what happens now? We are seeing a huge increase in autoimmune diseases. People do not get good sleep. All this is coming because we have disturbed the main gut bacteria population, which is supposed to maintain good health. So I think I took more time, but let me quickly now go through a couple of slides. So from the gut microbiome, the good dietary compounds goes and actually helps the liver, and liver is the mother or the manager of the whole body from the health point of view. Command and everything is given by the brain, but the functionality, all that, like the father in the house is the brain, the mother in the house is liver. If the liver is unhealthy, the whole system is in deep trouble. All the diseases will come. That in Ayurveda and Siddha, they always treat liver first for any problems. So the liver is able to detoxify any chemicals that are coming into the body. Olden days, people 100 years back, their body also will have toxins, but those toxins are the metabolic waste that are produced in the body. And the liver will remove that through two phases, that is fat soluble phase is converted to water soluble like a soap. Then it will be washed away through the urine, through the kidneys in the form of urine. But now you have to understand the liver is overloaded with all the chemicals that we are exposed in our daily life, right from the morning toothpaste to the all the cosmetic products and the product environment. So that is what here I'm showing. All the chemicals that are coming through skin, women and men equally are using so many cosmetic products. Now all this through the skin, they enter into the liver. The food that we eat through the intestine, they enter. The toxic gases, pollutants, all that through the lungs, they enter and they come to the liver. Now you have to understand, liver is the major organ working 20 hours to keep our body healthy. Now, if it is overloaded, it will stop doing many functionality. Like if we stress our mother from morning, even before we all wake up, our mother wakes up and starts to do all the home activities. Even we sleep, she is continuously working. So the mother, if she's overloaded with the work, then the whole system collapses. The same way is now happening to our liver. So again, to completely give in a nutshell, toxins enter. there is a detoxification mechanism. It is called phase 1 by the liver, meaning what liver does is anything that is toxic waste, it will make it detoxify by making it water soluble. I'm not going into the chemistry. And these waste products are again run out through the different organs. But now what happens is we start to use AC and fan. We don't allow now detoxification to happen through sweat. We don't want to sweat ourselves. We drink less water. So urine also is not going much. We don't eat much fiber-rich food. So through feces and stools also, the toxic waste is not getting away. We don't breathe enough. We are stressed. So our lungs also cannot throw the toxins away. You have to understand now, liver is too much tired now. It is one time, it is completely trying to detoxify it, all the toxic thing, and we are not also allowing to get away from the body also. So we use sprays like anti-perspiratory things in our armpits. Many women immediately get, or over time they get breast cancer and all that. It is because we don't allow these toxins to be getting out of the body. So this is again the overview, but let me skip this because I wanted to answer questions that you have. So again, all this, what medical books doctors study, and also people like me who do biotechnology or biochemistry, we study how the liver does all these activities. So the whole thing is based on the Panchabhutas, this energy concept that we talk, is what we are really, our ancestors gave, the rishis and siddhars, which we now call as the Uni5 model. And they said that all these 5 should be pure, but now we have polluted all these 5 elements. Now, now all this time I've been talking about problems. Now, how do we solve this? First is awareness. So our Uni5 Sharp schools, the director is Dr. Madheshwaran. He's very keen that we should bring awareness right from the school children. So you would have seen that everything we use should be eco-friendly. So in 2007, we started. Here you can see on the lower left side, the eyes representing awareness and a green leaf, which shows that we should become more eco-friendly. Here, teacher Mahalakshmi in our Uni5 schools, she is bringing that awareness. On the right side, also you can see children giving a symbolic way, conserve nature, avoid polluting nature, considering that as our mother or our God. Then in 2007, we started the Uni5 schools. Then in 2010, almost 12 years back, we started the Go Green products. Mr. Jairam initiated the responsibility, and we started bringing the eco-friendly products. But very, very unfortunate that nobody paid attention to us. We have been telling to be very eco-friendly, but I'm glad at least now people are paying some attention. And especially I have to thank Mrs. Neelima, our foundation, one of our foundation member. She started then these eco-friendly products, fermentation, and the Uni5 Natural group, where she's still continuing actively bringing the awareness to save our planet and our body. So she has developed through her meticulous research several cleaning products which actually care for our environment and our body. I'm sure many of you in this meeting would have been using her products and see a significant improvement in their skin and various health issues, solace for several health issues. Then last year in Chennai, we brought the next step in this process, where at Amma Genomics we started as a molecular testing lab for COVID. We have now started actively doing food testing because food is highly adulterated and have polluting products. So we are doing molecular testing to see if these foods can be really be verified, so that the consumers like me and my family and the whole Shakti Foundation family and the whole globe can products that are really we can trust and we can eat without any fear. So this is a step we have taken. Now, how do we ensure really one-time testing is enough? They need a certification that ensures and guarantees that every time that these products are really somebody is monitoring and watching and supplying. And that's how we started this year, URJ verified products. So with this URJ certification, there are several levels in this certification so that we can ensure good health by consuming not only food products. We are slowly getting into cosmetics. We are also getting into other products that we use in our daily life. I have to again thank Vijay, also who started with shop, and unfortunately for personal commitments he couldn't continue it. But what we started as shop awareness, we continue now with the help of Pongalo Ganeshan and his wife Gomati, Kapil and Alam, where now they are bearing the torch to move this forward for the benefit of the community. I also have to thank Mrs. Biola and Ripunjay, who had left their wonderful job in US. Both of them have a very dedicated mission to bring ghee, good quality ghee, A2 milk, and also other dairy products. They started in Madhya Pradesh, and they started it as Kapilashri, and they are also continuing in this great mission. So I'm concluding here with one concept, that karma, what you give comes back. What you give comes back really, not only in action, in every action. If you put toxins in the environment, comes back to your body. If you put toxins into your body, it all goes out and again comes back to your body. So if you put if you start using more eco-friendly products for your body, it is definitely going to help the environment. So many people think we pay more price for these eco-friendly products like organic foods or URJ certified products. But we have to understand that only if we encourage, motivate these type of mission in not only our generation, our next generation, our grandchildren, all will have a good life to live here. So one of the another way is to minimize use of avoidable stuffs in life. Wherever possible, try to use very minimal of these products. Some of them cannot be avoided. So we also offer these awareness programs, rightawareness.com, through teachers courses, parenting courses. Lakshmi Priya in Texas, she is also doing courses bringing these awareness in the public. Then Uni5 Natural courses like Neelima, pregnancy courses like Usha Nandini, Dr. Madheshwaran, and several other volunteers are doing these. So I am sure with all of our teamwork, we will be able to find the best solution for this chemical toxicity now that is completely darkening our planet. Thank you, everybody, for patiently listening to this session. And now I am now open for questions.
Thank you so much, Doctor. All friends, please raise hands to ask questions, please. Please unmute yourself and ask the questions. Okay, till somebody asks, I would like to ask on the behalf of everybody. I hope you are able to hear me, Doctor.
Yes.
Okay. So we have been exposed to these chemicals, even though we use all these natural products. But then our skin itself is absorbing. We breathe those air because air, water, everything is getting polluted. So we see young girls are getting puberty very early. There is infertility issues. In the women especially, we are seeing a lot of health issues with the periods, early menopause, all these things are happening. So how can we protect ourselves? Any suggestions, please?
Oh, excellent question. I didn't go into complete details because it's only a short session. That these chemicals, there are several of them. They mimic our hormones, especially the reproductive hormones, both in the men and women. So these chemicals mimic the hormones and does a wrong signaling in the body. So naturally, when we grow, men and women, girls and boys, when we attain the right age, the right hormones are secreted. But in some of these chemicals that we are using are mimicking, meaning they are giving the signal to the body and the brain that it is time for now to be matured. So that is why false signals make these happen early. I know now earlier women's age maturing age was around 15 or 16. Now it is even to 6 and 7. Very, very sad to see second standard girl and a third standard girls are attaining puberty. The same with menopause also. Now how to avoid this? Again, we have to be aware what we put into our body. Of course, we don't have any control on the air we breathe in, but yes, we have our own responsibility to make sure that we don't use. Example, I will say, most of the houses they use incense sticks, but none of them are aware that these incense sticks, we love the fragrance and bathroom freshness. These are all chemicals. These are definitely going to have an effect on our body. And that doesn't mean we should not light these fragrances in our house. We should not do incense sticks. These were all used in the olden days. Hundreds and thousands of years we have been using. But we were using in the natural form. And we accept that smell as it is. We don't say, I don't like this smell. We cannot take a rose and say, oh, this doesn't smell like a jasmine. And that is what is happening to us now. When we use the eco-friendly products, we have to understand that will smell as it is only. And it will camouflage the unwanted smell, but this smell we have to accept. We don't want it. We only like certain fragrances. Then there is no other way. They have to use an artificial fragrance. So these mindset has to be changed. If not, forcefully we are changed by these diseases. So I'm giving an example from incense sticks. Like that, soaps. What is the functionality of soap? It is to clean the dirt away. It is to clean off the oil-natured dirt. Why do we need a color for it? Why do we need a fragrance for it? We could easily avoid those things. because it is not the color that is doing the job, it's the fragrance that is doing the job. So these are simple things which you can make a huge change in your life. You can stop using, I didn't say you have to stop using soap. No, it is not possible. But definitely you can stop using soaps that are having these unwanted scents, unwanted colors. So I remember when I was young, my grandma was using only soap, which was gray in color, not at all attractive. But what was the problem? But it did the job. Why don't we change that? So everywhere I am suggesting that you can make a change, and that way we can help our body. These are few examples I made, but I'm sure we are all intelligent enough to understand where all we can make such changes.
Thank you so much, doctor. Very true. Actually, in US, we once called a priest and we lit the natural incense stick. And he was saying, instead of this, there is a very good brand in this particular store, and just use it. It has beautiful fragrance and all. He was saying. So it's going to that level. Even the priest doesn't want the natural fragrances. And from soaps, we expect a lot of foam apart from colors and fragrance. Only when we see the foam, we are satisfied. So we should be clear that even without the foam, we are able to be cleansed well and look beautiful. Thank you.
Very correct. Again, it is we are watching TV ads and we don't understand that movie actors are coming. They are paid for acting, and that is why we admire them. But we don't understand that they are another acting apart from the movies in the ads. So any role they are given, if they are asked to do like a beggar in a way, they are ready to it. They are asked to do a multi-millionaire role, doing it. If they are asked to do a role of a diseased, bedridden, dead person, they will do it. If we ask them to be like a healthy person, they will do it. Now, what is the difference when they come to the ads? They are paid for that, and they will do the same thing, and they are not. We cannot blame them. But we don't have that awareness, viveka buddhi, to understand that they are promoting something as an acting part, and it is not real. How we know that movies are not real? We have to understand the ads are also not real.
Correct. Yes. Another question would be, we nowadays avoid all kinds of processed foods, all the white sugar, white salt, but people still are looking forward because iodized salt is very important for working of thyroid and such wrong conceptions. What would you say and suggest, doctor?
See, there are several misconceptions and misunderstanding people have. The main thing is there is truth and business part. The truth is given by most research. I don't say all research project the truth, but there are scientific research which clearly show the truth. But these research are not projected in the public. We are very fortunate, Neelima and me, we have been bringing out in our Uni5 website. Not many people look at it. All good research that show what is good for us and what is bad for us is clearly shown. But not many people are understanding that or taken initiative into looking into that. But what we are showing is these research clearly show what we should be avoiding and what we should be using. But these things are completely in the business world. Business people twist it. But like FDA in US, they clearly say, don't take this ORAC test. which shows antioxidant levels in pills and supplements. They say we never approved it. But look at the business world. There are supplements, health supplements, claiming that these are highly nutritious. This has high level of antioxidants. These have high levels of anti-inflammatory compounds. This is good for your body. This is healthy. But if you look at the reality, these are not approved. They only twist the scientific information for making money for their through their products. Example, calcium or folic acid is good. You have to eat it. But now that is scientific truth. But what do these companies do? They extract this folic acid or make it synthetic and are giving us supplements. There are research products clearly showing that supplements cause more damage than good. But does anybody know? The same way with sugar, what you say, there are several risks. Even in 1960s, they showed that refined sugar is bad for health. Refined oils are bad for refined grains are bad for health. They will cause diabetes, cancer, heart disease. These are all scientific research. But that these companies, any business companies, they take the truth, they hide it, and they project it, and they only project the taste, five sensorial, and bring it. And now they are the ones, they will do the double market. I don't know, I have time, but I will tell this. I know a farmer friend in US. He is a white person, and he said that I mean to say that he's an American. So he was telling me that his father's time they used to sell animal fat to soap industries. So they will take the animal fat and then they will make soap with that animal fat, and it used to be the excellent soap. But after in the late fathers period, that is in 80s and 90s, they took the fat and separated into glycerin and the other fatty acids. Now, instead of adding the animal fat or coconut oil or groundnut oil or sesame oil or castor oil in the soaps, they started to separate it, put it in soap, and that soap they sold separate now with a new product as a new product. Now these soap without the fatty acids and glycerin, they will cause dryness in skin. Now these same companies now started to sell those glycerin as conditioners. So if you look at shampoos, the original shampoos were whole fat, whether it is animal fat or plant fat, it was whole fat. It had both glycerin and fatty acid. So if you use that soap, you will not get dry skin. You will not get dandruff in your head because it has both the thing. It has a moisturizer and conditioner. But these business companies, they try to make money by fooling the people by completely separating the glycerin and the fat. Then what they did was they made soaps and shampoos that will cause dryness. And another side, they will sell conditioners and enhancers that will prevent that. So now earlier they got only to do one product and less money. Now they make double the money. Now the same thing to your question, refined sugars and everything, they promote the white sugar so that refined product, that whatever is left, they bring it as iron supplements or calcium. If you take rice, it is loaded with B complex. Now what they do, they promote, they make you feel that eating white rice is tasty and white wheat products are tasty. They completely brainwash you. So you feel like that. And now you start to eat these separated starch. You will get disease. Now what they do? They supplement B complex vitamins by taking the polished rice waste products. Now they have double the amount of money. Now we lose double the amount. We spend for our food, and now we also need to spend for our medical care. This we have to understand. We are losing money double the time, and the companies are making double the product by doing double product selling. This is why in Amma Genomics we started to test for polyphenols level in blood, because polyphenols are an indication that the food quality is there. It is produced or grown in a condition that is more nutritive. It can protect our body. And very unfortunately, we see that the people, when test, they are having very, very low polyphenol levels. Now, how are they going to get cured? They may be taking 20, 30 years of diabetic medication, insulin. Are they cured? Never they will be cured. When they take for cancer treatment, 2 years they will be okay. Again, they get it back. They may take any treatment, but nothing is getting cured. The reason is that these are polyphenols low foods. Again, with Siddha and Ayurveda, now Siddha and Ayurveda is not working properly because they are also using the refined sugar in arishtams. Where are they using jaggery? Where are they using pure ghee? Adulterated ghee only they are using. Now, how will these work? So, to answer your question, we should be very, very cautious in buying the food. If you are eating the right food, then your expenses is going to be half. This is pure economics given by Uni5 energy concept, that if you eat whole foods, polyphenol rich food, don't think that in Urj certified or in Kabila Nalam, the cost is very high. No, you are saving your money and peace of mind.
True, doctor. Thank you so much for this clarity. It's really horrifying to know what these commercial companies make out of all our innocent customers and consumers. So actually talking about the medicines and supplements, even Ayurvedic medicines, they use preservatives like sodium benzoate. I actually got from my mom something like Kumar Asav. When I see there was a preservative, then what is the use? Again, we are putting in ourselves these chemicals, though it is Ayurvedic. So how can we common consumers just survive in this chemical-rich world?
Yeah, that is the initiative we have taken first through shop awareness. We have to really thank again. There were 8 people, good friends of Uni5 Shakti Foundation. They pooled the money. They invested without any returns, really as a seva. They did the initial investment. Even now, they did not get one single penny back. And we started with turmeric. We started again with we continued with making Chavanprash, cell product that does not contain these preservatives. But we try maximum not to get it spoiled, because we don't add any preservatives. The only thing we do is we make it a little bit moistureless, so it will be a little hard. Meaning we cook it for a little extra time, like we did in olden days, so that those are naturally preserved, not chemically preserved. So several products we are doing are in through the Kabila Nalam are done in this manner. So Kumari Asavam and all, we have come with a new way, with new ideas. We are training the youth in Amma Genomics to think creative, how to overcome these challenges by creating novel products. And you, Neelima, you're also doing the same thing, that you're trying to create products where you are avoiding these preservatives. So this is the only solution.
True, doctor. Thank you so much. Yes, shop awareness Chyawanprash, I still have it, is 1.5 year old, and it's still very clean and neat. Yes. I think we are almost time for the end of this session.
Ma'am, one question, basic question.
Yes, please.
How to detoxify our liver on daily basis?
Yes, we have actually in our website, and we always recommend castor oil cleansing and gallnut cleansing in Uni5. Please,
Okay.
yeah. No, it is on the website, and
She's asking on daily basis.
on the daily basis.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, on the daily basis, there is this water therapy we do, that we take herbal waters early morning. We drink as 1.5 liters, as suggested by Dr. Pradheep. Doctor, please add to that.
Yeah, you answered it. We say on a daily basis cleansing. Again, the traditional way, the fiber is like a sponge. If somebody spills a chemical on the floor, we immediately put the sponge. It'll absorb it. That is the same mechanism these fiber in our food does. It has function. It becomes the food for good bacteria, and it also can absorb many toxic waste that our liver throws out through the bile, which comes into our intestine. These fibers actually absorb it like a sponge. So 3 times a day to cleanse our liver is by using these things. And meaning the diet, if you try to eat a fiber-rich food diet, that is every 3-hour cleansing, we can say. On top of that, morning, if you do water therapy, then you're trying to cleanse again the liver and all the organs by doing that. And then we also recommend taking Triphala. Triphala is a combination of 3 herbs, including amla, from ancient times in Ayurveda, that every day small amount, if you take good quality, Triphala also we need to understand, because I need for me and my family the good quality Triphala. So I did a testing on various products and could not come up with a really good quality with a high polyphenol content. And that is how in Kabilanalam they made one, and that they are using. So Triphala, taking Triphala is another way to detoxify. It is in the traditional practice, they take Triphala in the very early morning, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you take Triphala and sleep. It is very difficult. So we recommend to take in the night, because night is the time when liver tries to detoxify. Like our mother, who does all the cleaning work when everybody is asleep in the night. She will do all the cleaning work in the kitchen. She will make it speck clean, and then only she will come and sleep. The same way the liver will clean all these toxic, and that time when we give Triphala, it is very good also for the body. So these are the various steps we can take. So it's again not only food, exercise also helps in detoxification of liver. It is not directly, but indirectly, it helps in lymphatic circulation, and that's how it does it. So that's why we say do the Uni5 approach, which is the traditional wisdom of Siddhas and the Rishis.
Great, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for asking this question, Nitya. Actually, you brought up this aspect of Uni5, where if we just follow all the 5 elements, that is earth, the foods we take, the water we drink, the way we cleanse and do exercising, the breathing, and we relax, Only when we do all the 5, we will be completely safe and able to survive in this world. That's the real key for us to exist in this world. Just making these small little changes, avoiding the plastic that we store, shifting it to glass containers, stopping using non-stick cookwares, and all these simple things will also make a big change. I hope you all got the message, and thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Dr. Pradheep, for spending your precious time for all of us and sharing such a huge tons of information. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Namaste.